you. James and I had a good day. We had a great time. Hello, Anita. Luna playing in the water. I need my fast typers to let me know if the spot is still good or no good. Oh my gosh, my favorite ice cream flavor. Ooh, see, I'm one of those weirdos that it depends on where it's from. I love me some cookie dough. Cookie dough would probably be my favorite answer. But if you want like an intricate, not boring ice cream flavor, it'd be like caramel praline or something like that. Mint chocolate chip. Not me. That was my mom's favorite though too. Mint chocolate chip. Who's gonna send me some ice cream now that you brought it up? What? Hilarious that we're talking about ice cream and horses. Oh, and Mr. John Boy with her. Rocky Road's good. But I really only don't like mint in my ice cream. When I want ice cream, you know, yes, girl, I say yes to lots of ice creams. Ooh, I'm gonna tell Carbon that Luna is her favorite again, Carbon. Just so you know. Carbon. Did you hear me, Carbon? Hilarious. Yeah, he only listens when he chooses to, for sure. He's definitely a teenage boy. A diva boy, okay? So, that was actually my farthest away I've been, James. I'm so sorry about all the wind, you guys. I'm going to try my best to block it with my hand, but... So James and I have been off farm maybe 2 different times, just on the road slightly. He doesn't have what they say, all the buttons. Like, he doesn't know how to ride. He doesn't know what I'm asking him to do with my hands, my feet. He's used to working as a pulled horse, and obviously all the pressures and equipment's different, and nobody's riding them. So using my legs is all new to him. So I've ridden him, I think, total on property and off property. And today's ride, I think I've ridden him about 7 times. So today was the furthest I've ridden him off farm, and it was pretty typical. He is barn sour. He does not like to leave the farm alone. That's pretty standard for the environment that I have set forth for them here. It's actually a really common side effect because I give them lots of downtime. That, you know, when I do choose to train them or do something with them, that occasionally I have to communicate to them that I am also a safe partner away from property. You know, a herd member, as you will, or however you want to put it. So it was an all right ride for James. I actually was really impressed with him. Like, I really was genuine in the video. He did try to back down the side of the cliff a couple of times, and that's why I turned him and made him stay backing up straight. But in all, honestly, he's just going to get better each time I ask him to go farther. farther from the house. He knew today that that was the farthest I've asked him to leave. And it's not even that far. I live less than a quarter mile from that creek. But like I said, he's not used to being ridden. So that was our farthest venture so far, riding. I honestly thought he did great. He definitely wanted to go home and definitely wanted to, you know, basically bully me into his way of how the ride was going to go. And, you know, at some point you have to be definitely firm. You know, I can't be like, okay, let's just turn around and go home, because that obviously accomplishes nothing. I have every intention to ride him. He's 21 years old, but he's safe, sound, and no health or medical or trauma issues. So of my horses that I currently have, he is up there on the list of horses who should be and could be used. So that's why we are pushing it, you know. I'm pushing him to learn, and that is an expectation that we have together, that we're gonna learn to be together away from the farm together. That's just how it goes. But it went ideal for him and for me. So ultimately he did decide that it was just easier to walk down the hill, and we had a great time. That's awesome. I've always kind of liked jumping, but it's not like my, you know, I don't like it that much that I would probably change anything I'm doing in my life. Although I do have a thoroughbred who would be amazing. I'm sorry, I just got sidetracked on what I was saying. But yeah, I mean, if, you know, like John Boy right here, this horse, I do plan to do the same thing, but he obviously has a different timeline and different expectations, because he's a very different horse. John was physically abused, like, for many, many years. So it took me 5 months to where I could actually pet him loose on his decision. So he is definitely has a different timeline, but eventually when I think him and I are ready for that, he will do the same thing. But again, James just officially came off of weight gainer. So I've been rehabbing James here almost a year, along with John. So James has been here a year, and I've only ridden him 7 times, I think, this season. Obviously, like right after, I think actually I lied. This winter was the first time I rode James. There was still snow on the ground. We had snow on the ground on that rare occasion on our first ride. So yeah, he definitely put the speed on when he went home. No, the backup was simply the backup where he stays backing up for a long time is me making him do it. Now what was happening is while I was trying to get him to go forward down the hill, he would take his muscle power and push through my arm and turn around. No problem, but halfway through his turn, when I would be getting enough leverage to turn him around, he would take that leverage and push against it and continue to back up down the ditches on the side of the road. So he put his back feet into the ditches 2 different times before I ended up making sure he stayed with his all 4 on the road. Now, there were lots of times I had to use a lot more pressure, but you know, that's him. I'm not going to allow my horse in an upset state of mind back me off a cliff. So needless to say, I tried 2 different ways to get him to go forward without doing that, and they did not work first. So the far as expectations I've given him since being here, he did phenomenal. You remember, this horse has been here just rehabbing for the last, a long while. Almost a year he's been here, so. Yeah, he definitely did not make me happy backing over the cliff. I did not think he would do it, so I let him have control at some points. In the beginning, a lot more control, but immediately I had to regain 100% control, and I'm really proud of him, really. There's just a lot to explain if you don't know what your feet are doing, so I just thought it was important to go into it a little bit. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Ree. You're my angel. Mwah. Thank you. Non-creepy kisses and hugs. Luna kisses, all right? Oh my God, not creepy, Amber. I have pretty good strong arms for a girl, but I'm definitely not the strongest. I do plan to ride Luna. Somebody asked a while ago. I'm sorry, I just now saw it. Saw the comment asking if I plan on riding Luna. Yes, I have ridden Luna only one time since she's been here. But we will. I can catch her easily in any of these catch pens that I have, or a feed pen, and it's no problem. But when I go to free catch her occasionally, she still gives me a little bit of a hard time for some reason. So ideally today I wanted to work on that issue with her, and so I did some working with her today in the pasture. And after I got done working her, and in the middle of working with her, James actually walked up to me, even with a halter in my hand, and I shooed him away the first time. But he came back 10 minutes later and nudged the halter in my hand. So I ended up choosing to take James today instead, because he literally just kept coming over and making a presence known. So I don't know why he acted the way he did, but he's still learning that, that's the farthest he's been away from the farm. So it really was a great ride, but he wanted to go. I wish I had gotten that on camera while I was working with those horses. I didn't take my camera with me, but I should have, and I will next time, because it was pretty cool to watch. But that really is the only reason I took James today instead of Luna. Yeah, it's super windy here. We actually had a tornado watch this morning. It hailed here and all kinds of things. It is a beautiful creek. It is absolutely amazing to have that, less than a 10-minute horseback ride away. It's amazing. Definitely blessed. Finding this property was the craziest, wildest story ever. But I'll make a video on it someday. Yeah, girl, go ahead. Get on Carbon. That would be fun to watch. Hilarious. I wish I had a bunch of horses that were broke like that. But honestly, I shouldn't say that either, because I know exactly what niche I'm in. And I am not in the niche of collecting a bunch of usable, friendly, everybody can get along with horses. I honestly only have one horse on property like that. And it's not even my horse. So... It's been a while since I bought a horse just selfishly. I think Carbon was, I shouldn't even say Carbon was the first because I rescued him legit, but yeah, she really is super about me catching her in her feed pen or this other big pen. Literally all I have to do is walk in there and she walks right up to me. Like, it's the easiest thing ever. She walks right up to me. But in the pasture, it's a whole different environment for her. And she's used to me giving her space in pasture. Again, it's a side effect of my own infrastructure that I have to figure out how to work through. But again, my infrastructure is there to help them first and foremost. So unfortunately, sometimes this work turns into a lot of backtracking when I go to start handling them more often, because I do leave them alone quite a bit. But, you know, it's just part of our course that we are charting, and I already know what to expect. I already know that setbacks and step backs in our progress are going to look differently. And, you know, overall, I'm impressed with how she's doing. That's the only thing that I have to continue to work on with her, is catching her in the pasture, and that's it. If I walk into her feed pen with her in there, she'll walk right to me. Perfect. So with all of the other issues that I thought I was going to have and such, it's amazing. She has a full-grown horse, Pickles. I honestly went back and forth about getting her a pony, but in all reality, the reason I did not get her a pony is because I don't, at the current time, have another separate area to keep a pony. And I could never put a pony out with these drafts and these bigger horses, in my opinion. Now, if I had different draft horses here that were calmer, I would say that's fine. But, you know, so when I found Pickles for sale, she was so beautiful. I inquired about her and then showed up and found out that she was significantly underweight too. So I ended up buying her, and she turned into my daughter's horse. She needed us, and she just evolved into this sweet girl. She was used for trail riding. She is a bit peppy at times. I don't let my daughter ride solo other than like in the round pen. But in my round pen, Pickles listens to her, responds well. My daughter's learning to ride with a bridle now. So they've been together 3 years. And for now, she's still the perfect horse for her. I would say, you know, at least until my daughter's like several more years older and wanting to do more active trail riding, she may get a different horse for that. But we're talking many, many years down the road. Pickles fills our need right now and is growing with her. So she really has been idealistic. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's really cool. It turned out really well. I obviously didn't know what I was buying. You never really know until you get it home. But to mesh well with kids is a blessing.
I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Ron Hurst. A new station alert has arrived for your area.
Oh my goodness. I'm still going to stay probably 4 more minutes. I said 5 minutes last time. You too. Have some fun. Told you guys that when I turned it around. That's our blind mare and her CNI buddy, the donkey. Thanks again for coming.